You ever get a letter in your own handwriting but have no memory of writing it? No return address, no date, just words that know too much, like they've been waiting for you to become the person who can understand them. Sometimes a voice finds you, not a stranger's voice, your voice, from a place ahead of you you haven't reached yet. And when it does, it doesn't feel foreign, it feels inevitable. This is not nostalgia. This is not imagination. This is what happens when the future refuses to leave you behind. This is the Envelope series. I keep trying to figure out what this is. Not because something's wrong, because I don't have anything to compare it to. There's nothing pulling my attention the way it used to. Nothing sitting in the background waiting on me. And I catch myself looking for it. Not to go back, just to understand where I am without it. Because for so long, I always had something that told me where I stood. Something that shaped my focus. Something that gave my day a direction. Even when it was frustrating, even when it drained me, it was familiar. It gave me a way to measure things, how I was doing, where I was slipping, what I needed to fix. And now, there's none of that. No signal, no marker, no built-in checkpoint telling me what this moment means. And I don't know how to read that yet, so I pause. Not to correct anything, just because I don't have a pattern to follow here. And that's new. Because I'm used to moving in response to something, reacting, adjusting, staying aware. But this isn't a reaction. It's just me standing in something I don't understand yet. And for the first time, I'm not rushing to make sense of it. That's the shift. Not understanding it, not defining it, letting it be without turning it into something familiar. You've spent so much time knowing yourself through contrast, through what needed attention, through what needed work, and now that's gone. So you're trying to recreate that structure just to orient yourself, just to feel like you know where you are again. But you don't need that anymore. And that's why this feels unfamiliar, because you're not being directed. There's nothing organizing your attention, nothing pulling you into a response. You're just here. And that kind of presence doesn't come with instructions. It doesn't tell you what it is. It doesn't label it so you can recognize it quickly. You just have to stay in it long enough to understand it from the inside. Not by thinking about it, by living in it. And the moment you rush to define it, you replace it with something you already know. Something smaller, something easier to manage. But this isn't meant to be managed. It's meant to be experienced. Because this is where something new forms. Not from effort, not from correction, but from attention that isn't tied to anything anymore. And that's what you're learning now. How to exist without needing a reference point. How to move without something telling you how. How to trust what hasn't fully revealed itself yet. So maybe I don't need to figure this out. Maybe I don't need to name it. Maybe I just need to stay here long enough to understand it without forcing it to make sense. And if I do that, maybe it won't feel unfamiliar forever. Maybe it'll start feeling like me. Not the version I used to recognize, but the one I'm becoming without needing to explain it first. And that's something I can stay in. The next step isn't finding the answer. It's staying here long enough to recognize it when it doesn't need to be explained anymore. This is the Envelope Series.